Hello, this is David Cherry. A useful script for programming when you're developing web pages. This is actually a pretty useful script, and if you can see the title right here as I'm highlighting is Viewport dimensions and element dimensions get update with JavaScript and event listener. Okay, now before I go into showing you the code, okay, I want to make some basic preparatory statements here. Okay, why is this important? Okay, why would we want this? Okay, because when you're developing a web page, sometimes you want to and need to have the viewport of the web page. You know, so the viewport will let us know certain things. So we want to primarily focus on the width. Okay, now the height is important too, okay, but we're focusing on the width. Okay, now watch what happens, you know, when you see this line right here, watch what happens when I resize the page. Okay, so I'm going to go this way. See, it went down. Okay, go back up. Okay, right now, when I started off, it wasn't 1,188 pixels. Okay, so that tells me that on my screen, okay, my real width on my screen, okay, is 1,358 pixels. So when you're dealing with dimensions, and you know whether they're fixed or in percent, okay, then we need to start off with getting the width in pixels, okay. So and then you got your height here in pixels as well. Okay, now watch what happens again. On resizing, and you're going to see it's not going to be 1,358. Okay, now it's 1,188. Okay, so it went down, you know, almost 200 pixels. And watch it when I resize it. See how it's moving there, the viewport. Okay, and then the actual element width is changing as well. Okay, because it's done in percent, but here you see pixels. Okay, now the reason is because when you look at the blue element here, the blue element, which is a divide element, okay, you want to know what the size in pixels is when you're writing code. So this is how it happens. So when you're developing a web page, the reason this is important is you can put the code in the web page, whether through an external CSS file, okay, or hard code it while you're developing the page and then remove it, okay, and that will help you develop the page without guessing, okay, what the width of an element should be based on viewport, okay. And so I would suggest you to do a study on viewport and viewport dimensions and things like that so you can understand the concept. I'm just giving you the code here. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the code. Okay, view source. Okay, now this is the actual code right here. Okay, now we're going to have a divide element with an ID. Okay, and that's viewport dimensions. Okay, and then the target element. Okay, so so the target element is this right here. Okay, and the ID that I was telling you about creates this right here. Okay, and this right here. Okay, but anyway, I'm just going to show you the code and give some brief explanation. Okay, so anyway, you have two functions. One is called function get viewport dimensions. So we're getting the width and we're getting the height. All right, we're getting the inner width and the inner height from the window. Okay, then we're going to get element dimensions. So there are two functions here. Okay, one is to get the viewport dimensions. All right, and the other one is a function in JavaScript to get the element dimensions. Okay, and you know, so this is the whole JavaScript right here. As you can see here, you can just pause this and see the whole JavaScript. Okay, and look at it. All right, and then you have the third function, which is update display. Okay, and so this function gets the dimensions, you know, from the element here. Okay, the target element. Okay, and so this is basically the code. Okay, it uses, as you can see here, update on resize using a window event listener. Okay, and so that's the code, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make it a little bigger. All right, and you know, so it worked pretty good, I think. Okay, so you got the basic code there. I'm pausing it for you so you can type it. Okay, and then you can pause your video to type it as well. And then this is the concluding code right here. So that's all there is to it. If you want to be able to do the same thing here, resize your window and find out what your width is, then this is a perfect script for you, and you can add it into your HTML pages while you're creating your HTML pages, okay, or PHP pages or whatever you're doing, and you need to know the viewport width. And this is, you know, I think is a very useful script. So if you like it, give me a thumbs up and have a very good day. This is David Sherry. I got the code.